Hope deferred makes the heart sick. Now that is something that is in Proverbs, which is in the Bible, and it just is so real. You know, when you start dating someone that you are attracted to, that you're aligned with, and it's nice, right? It's just so nice to have someone. And the thing is, when that ends for whatever reason, because you've realized, you've discerned that it's not quite right, it's really disappointing, because you start to feel like, was that my only chance? Was that it? And I just want to share a few things that have really helped me in this situation, which is one, a prayer that is, God, I don't want to waste my time with someone. I want you to send me the right one. And God, I trust you. I trust your timing, and I trust your judgment, your will of when this right person's going to come into my life. I think sometimes that dating can become a hobby or a crutch or something that makes us feel like we're getting closer to the right person. But the thing is, if it's not the right person, why? Why should we date? And like, I'm not saying that we shouldn't date, because going on dates is good. You want to have your hands open. You want to give God the chance to show you, to surprise you, to, you know, give you experiences that do bring you closer to the person. But if you're just doing it or you're prolonging it, that is when it can be an issue, because then maybe it's just because you don't want to feel lonely and you want to have that plus one, you want to have dates, you want to have that person to go to things with. But I'm really now of the thought that if it's not the right person, then God, that's fine to remove them, even though it is uncomfortable. It's not nice. It's lovely to have a prospect. It's lovely to have someone that you are exploring with. But a few things that have just really helped me personally is I've given myself like a little bit of my own kind of inner rules. So one of them is I want to get to know someone for around 3 months before I really discern entering into a relationship with them. That's because, you know, the first few weeks you are like rose-colored glasses, you're just like, this person is so awesome, so great, but you don't know anything about them. And if you're anything like me, there is such a tension between the desire of being really close with that person and wanting to be close and know everything about them, and the realization that you don't. The realization that you don't have history with this person, you don't know them, and you need to really like see how and see that out. And the only thing that's going to help that is time and spending time with that person. So I really have given myself this space to be like, okay, no pressure, just get to know this person as a friend. Of course, it is good to have the clarity that the intention is that you are dating each other and you're trying to figure out if you are compatible. But that's just really helped me as someone who has historically rushed into things and made very impulsive decisions and just really clung on to, you know, the whole attachment to the outcome, you know, like this has to work because this is the right person for me. I know it. So being able to detach from that, detach from the outcome has really freed me to just see the person and get to know them, and for them to be able to get to know me as well. And then another boundary that I have is that I will not kiss someone who I'm not in an official relationship with. I've not yet decided if I want to carry this over to, I actually don't want to kiss someone who I'm not engaged to, or I don't want to kiss someone until my wedding day. I don't know how far I'm going to take it, but I know that for me, unless we are officially really in a relationship, unless you are my boyfriend, I will not be kissing you. And the reason for that is because I really equate physical intimacy or physical closeness to emotional connection. And I don't want to skip that part. I don't want a shortcut. I don't want to fast forward, because the moment I start to kiss you, to hold your hand, to have this physical closeness, my brain, my body thinks that we are emotionally close, we're emotionally secure, we're committed. And until we are in a committed relationship officially, we've discerned, we've got to know each other, I just don't need that clouding my judgment. And so that's been something that I have been clear in communicating, and also just clear with myself. And that's really helped me to just have clarity, and it takes the pressure off as well. And it just helps you to not have those moments where it's like, he's giving me kiss me eyes, or I'm giving him kiss me eyes. It's just like clear, everyone knows where they stand. But I really get the disappointment when something you were hoping to work out doesn't. And something that's really helped me is like a saying, which is, what is meant for me will always find me. Because then I don't feel like, what if I missed out? What if I missed my chance? What if it's too late? It's like, no, if it's meant for me, it will find me. Like if it's in God's will for me and I'm open to God's will, it will happen. And another saying, which is a quote from someone called Victoria Moran, is, in this moment, there is plenty of time. In this moment, you are precisely as you should be, and in this moment, there is infinite possibility. I think again, when something doesn't work out, we really feel in this place of scarcity, and we're like, oh no, maybe that was our last chance, maybe that was our last hope. And we have to remember that feeling of abundance. You know, we were made in the image and likeness of God, and God created time, God created everything. So for me, you know, thinking of time as not objective has really helped me to kind of be like, this will happen if it's God's will in its own time, rather than me being like, oh my gosh, it was meant to happen this year, it was meant to be this month, I was meant to get married at this age, you know, all these kind of things. It just helps us take a step out of that and to approach the world with an excitement and an openness, like, okay, it wasn't that person, but goodness knows what's going to happen tomorrow. And if tomorrow comes and nothing happens, goodness knows what's going to happen the next day. And it's not goodness, it's God. God knows. So, you know, I've really entered into just romanticizing my life. I think when I was dating someone, it was really nice to, you know, have a reason to dress up and go out for dinner. But I can do that even when I am super single and there's no prospects. I can still dress up and go out for dinner with a friend or a family member, and I can just romanticize the heck out of my life, which I have been doing. I went to visit some horses, and that was really lovely. I went to the lavender fields, and that was just gorgeous. And there's been lots of ways that God has filled my cup and given me these romantic moments, even though they've not been with another person. So anyway, I just want to share this because I really feel you. I feel each and every one of you who just feel disappointed right now, feel a little bit lost, and are wondering like when it's going to happen. I just want to encourage you that dating doesn't necessarily mean you're closer to the person, and not dating doesn't necessarily mean you're not closer to the person. You know, God will make it clear. And I think just being open, being out there, and being found glad. That is my favorite thing that one of my friends said to me recently. She said, I just want to be found glad. And I do. I want my future spouse to find me glad, to be joyful, to be living a full life, to be romanticizing every day. And I can do that because, you know, God created everything. So consider this your reminder that you want to be found glad, and we can do that. And I know it's disappointing and it's hard when things don't work out, but it just means that God has a better plan, and we just need to continue to be better and not bitter. And remember that we don't win or lose, we win or we learn. So if we haven't won our person yet, our spouse, it just means that we have a little bit more learning to do, and that is an opportunity to serve in our single season. And I hope that all of our single seasons are as short as our heart's desire, because I know that we are aching for that family life, but it also is a gift. So yeah, as always, God bless, and know that I'm praying for you. And thank you for watching this and for being part of my kind of journey and learning about love and understanding it, and not idolizing marriage and family, and being able to be detached from the outcome and so trusting in God and his perfect timing and his perfect plan, and trying to lean into that. So yes, here's to trusting and being joyful and being found glad. Okay, bye.